Okay, if you just want to know what's happening, I get it. I used a clickbaity title, but I'm not going to keep you hanging. Here's the 3 things you need to know. 1, I'm starting over on YouTube. I'm not going to be posting videos on the channel anymore, but the existing videos will stay up and my Ko-Fi will still continue. 2, I've started a new channel just called Flow State where I'll be uploading from now on. It's linked in the description, and please go subscribe to that channel and turn on notifications while you're watching this video before you forget. 3, there's a new video over on the Flow State channel right now with a really cool indie dev, and you should go watch it. If that's all you need, then great. Go watch that video over there. It's about Fretless, The Wrath of Rifson. It's really good. But for those of y'all that want to know why I'm making such a drastic change, you're in luck, because I kind of want to just talk about it. I made this YouTube channel when I was in high school. I uploaded dumb videos of me and my sister, or some of me and my friends from high school, and occasionally some stuff when I was in college. It was never anything serious, although a couple of them unfortunately got views from a bunch of people they maybe shouldn't have. And then in 2019, I decided that I was going to try actually being a musician. I've been a singer my whole life. I've played a variety of different instruments, but I'd never taken it seriously before. I began streaming myself, like playing live music first on Mixer, I know, and then on Twitch, and I released a song. And critically, the thing that is the reason we're here today is that I made my YouTube channel an official artist channel via DistroKid, where I released the song. Eventually, I hurt my voice. I started burning out on, doing that kind of streaming, even though it was just weekly. And I started making videos about streaming music. I have a video that kind of hit the Google search algorithm that still makes me, like $10 a month, because it's the first result for like how to stream your Logic session to Twitch. It's cool that exists, but it wasn't something that I really wanted to do long term. And then cut to 2020, and I started making a different kind of video. I had really been itching to make videos about technology and video games for a long time. I listen to a lot of podcasts and often find myself having feelings about the things that people are saying around these topics and then not really having a place to put them. So I'd been thinking about writing about tech and games, either in video form or on a podcast or on a blog or something, for a long time. And I remember the first video that I made about this was when Fortnite did that like parody of the Apple 1984 commercial and then got taken off the App Store and stuff. That was a combination of a lot of topics that I had been thinking about for a long time. And so I wrote that video, and I remember I made that. And then I made the Xbox video, specifically the one called The 2020 Console War is Already Over. And that was not a video that was actually engaging in console war stuff. Instead, it was a video about how the PS5, the Xbox Series, and the Nintendo Switch were 3 different business strategies and were not actually directly competing with each other. And I think largely because people thought it was a video about the console war, that video took off. I would not be making these videos regularly if that video had not happened and if people had not enjoyed it so much. I learned a lot in making that video as well. If you go back and watch it, you can see some of my style starting to emerge. And after that happened, I really dug in. I was like, okay, people like this stuff. I'm just going to write about what's on my mind. And then from there, it kind of evolved. I did the Kentucky Route Zero video and realized like, oh, this is the thing that I both enjoy and that people are into. And then the Citizen Sleeper video happened, and the Cassette Beast video happened. And then most recently, it was the 1000 Times Resist video. And I realized like I had something people were interested in that was the kind of video that I wanted to make and that was creatively fulfilling, that was doing the thing of getting thoughts out of my head onto a page, into a video, but also like giving me a space to talk about the art that I enjoyed with other people, I kind of knew from that point, like, what I was good at, like what this could be. Around the same time, I started to realize that some of my videos were behaving strangely. And I just mean like in terms of viewership or like drop-offs and that kinds of things. And I also realized that on like the back end of YouTube, I didn't get features as quickly as regular channels. I came to find out after talking to some other YouTubers that this is because all the way back when I released that song through DistroKid, that I had made my channel an official artist channel. Now, if you just release a song as an artist on YouTube, they will by default make a topic channel for you. And you can merge that topic channel with your standard YouTube channel, and it becomes an official artist channel. It's ridiculous. If you want to, you can decouple those. I have talked to YouTube about decoupling these because when I look at all of my analytics, I see that the videos people are watching before they watch videos on my channel are all music videos. So despite YouTube and, you know, people that are interpreting the like weird signals and all of that YouTube's sending us, telling me that my channel is not affected by being an official artist channel, the data that I'm seeing tells me that it is. When I asked YouTube to decouple these two ideas, I specifically asked, will I lose any subscribers? Will I lose my view count? Will I lose my partnership status? And I was told that all of my subscribers and all of that data, all that time I'd spent would go to the topic channel for the song that I've actually taken down off of the internet. So I didn't do it. I left it, said, okay, I'm just going to keep going. That was a year and a half ago, and I still have not felt great about how things have gone. I've released a couple videos recently that I think are actually much better than the viewership they've received. Specifically, I think that I was disappointed in how the video about Hordes LLC did. I was also really disappointed in how the video about RPGs to play after you finished Clear Obscure did. I think both of those videos are really interesting, really valuable in some ways. And I also, frankly, have watched other people make videos that are of similar quality that do better with, you know, less going for them in sorts of algorithmic ways. I would love to be able to make a video about known mysteries, for example, that, you know, a good chunk of people watched. On YouTube, it's not crazy to get something like, you know, 5,000 to 10,000 views for a small channel. And instead, I think my known mysteries video is sitting at 400. What that tells me, though, is that there's like 400 to 500 of you that are always down to watch this stuff. That's amazing. That's huge. That's awesome. And what that also tells me is that if I move to another channel, 400 to 500 of you are going to follow me. And I think that's a good enough foundation to make the move. Over the past like year or two, I've talked to a couple people about this that I think are experts. I've talked to Alexander Avila, the video essayist, and he has like this consulting business that for people like me who want to write video essays on YouTube. And I was one of his first few clients, and you know, he helped me work on the Persona video and on the Citizen Sleeper 2 video. And I was bringing up all this to him, and he just said, honestly, with like no hesitation, that if it were him, he would just start over. That scared me. I didn't take it seriously because it felt like I would be throwing 4 to 5 years of work out the window. I don't believe that anymore because of, you know, things I just said. But I didn't do it then. And then more recently, and in the past too, I was talking to Brendan Begley from Wavelengths and Into the Aether. And he's said this to me before, and again, I didn't take it seriously, but then more recently, in just watching him grow over the past year, he's been doing incredible work over on the Wavelength channel. He also has years of experience managing like giant YouTube channels. And he told me the other day that, again, if it were him, he would just make a new channel. And, you know, this year, especially with videos about indie games that I really do want to write about, and seeing those views not come, seeing those videos hit like a brick wall of viewership, I feel like something needs to change. And, you know, like 1,000 views didn't used to be difficult for a while there. I was like, okay, we can do 1,000 views, even for obscure games. I felt good enough in my ability to make interesting videos and, you know, package them interestingly with thumbnails and titles that people would click. And these days, it's kind of like pulling teeth unless the game is extremely topical. That might be a YouTube algorithm thing. They may have just changed something. I don't know. But I would love to get myself in a space where I know that the thing that I think is holding me back is at least not the thing that's holding me back, right? That I can like definitively know that that's not the case. Add on that because I've had this channel so long, I've confused the YouTube algorithm a little bit on like what we even do here. And I know like YouTube talks about this as a problem. It directly affects like who they send to my videos. It can lead to subscribers dropping off. Again, subscribers are not like an extremely important metric for most channels. I will say for the kind of channel I'm trying to build, which is, I want folks to have like a more deep relationship to the things that I'm making. Subscribers can be a little bit of a better metric for that kind of channel rather than like views for channels that are really like growth oriented. I'm sorry for the marketing stuff here. It's just like how you have to think when you do this stuff. And you know, even if the official artist channel doesn't have algorithmic effects, it does have these like ambiguous, mostly negative effects. I'd mentioned the viewers watched this thing that I do think is algorithmic, but also people see that like partnered like little music icon. And I think even if it's not like conscious, like people are getting confused. So I'm going to make this change. It's scary. It's very scary. I'm abandoning almost 4,000 subs that I've built over 5 years. That's making me emotional right now, but also that is pretty slow growth, to be totally honest. That's not to say I don't like value every one of those people, but if I do want to make this some kind of my job, right? Even if it's just like a part of my income, another 5 years to not even get to 10,000 is not how I do that. I'm also like a thing I already am seeing is that I'm going to be missing out on game keys and dev interviews, which, to be totally honest, dev interviews have become one of my favorite things on the channel. I think the way that I go about those, I email people directly, people that, you know, are actually crafting, working on the games. And so some of that can be alleviated, but I doubt that I'll get review keys very often anymore. Total side tangent, but I am actually starting to think that the process of getting review keys has actually kind of hurt me a little bit because I've been holding myself to deadlines that I don't actually care about as a person. And if I had just like written a video about a video game that I enjoyed, it might have been a better video. So maybe that's a positive. I don't know. I'm also not going to be making money on that new channel for a while. So that's scary, especially because without getting into it, it's a pretty bad moment for me to be giving up any kind of income. But the thing I know is that the ones of you that are actually watching this video to the end are going to make this possible. I really value the fact that I've built a community of people that I know many of the names of. I have spoken to many of you, or, well, I've spoken to many of you, but also, I've chatted with several of you. And I know that many of you engage very deeply with the things that I write. And that's all I ever wanted, right? Like, that is the reason that I do this, is to talk about art and have other people engaged with that conversation. There's this really cool video by CJ the X where they talk about like subjectivity and objectivity, and eventually get down to like defining, if not art, the value of art. And I think about it a lot when I think about how I write for this channel, and specifically like what I get out of it as a person, what I hope you get out of it as a viewer. I hope the things that I do make you want to engage with video games more deeply, and make you want to talk about them with people, or if not video games, like whatever you're consuming, movie, reading a book. It doesn't matter necessarily the medium. The thing that I want you to experience is the ability to take things not at face value and to have an interpretation that's your own. And also for us to like chat about that. Like, that's fun to me. Which is all to say, I am betting that you all are going to follow me over to the new channel. If you want like the handle on YouTube, it's at FlowStateCrit. The link it'll be in the descriptions. I'll put it up on this video right now. So go over there, sub to the new channel. Please go watch that video all the way through. If I have anything to say, it's that the first time you click on a video, you should watch it all the way through, even if that means muting the tab and really actually watching it later. Go give it a like and a comment. That actually helps the most. And if you want to keep helping me do this, of course, you can go over to ko-fi.com/Matt Horton. Any support over there means that I can do those kinds of videos that may or may not get views. Yeah. Thank you for your support over the last 5 years. I am planning on doing this for many more years to come, just in a new spot. And the thing I told myself to make this feel okay was that if it doesn't work out, if the new channel is a bust, I can always come back here. This place is not going away. In fact, in some ways it grows on its own. I'm just not going to be posting videos here for a while. We'll see what happens. So I'll catch you over there.